Okay, this is just to show part two on this snow shovel repair. Um, I did finish up here by using band clamp at this spot rather than drill a hole. Reason is in the past I think I've done that and I find that the handle ends up cracking because that hole all the way through weakens it. I do have a bag of band clamps that I inherited, so I do use them rather freely, and I added another one at this spot. The reason being I just want this portion of the shovel to be as rigidly fastened to the handle as possible to take that wobble out. Okay, I don't want it wobbling because that could make that crack go further. I want to just get as much stability on that as possible. If the stiffener is attached rigidly at that end and at this end rigidly, then it takes the wobble out. Okay, now there is one other spot on this shovel I didn't really like, and that was the stiffener here. You can see it's worn down quite a bit. And also, well, here's what happened. Probably it got worn at this spot. The rivet came out. That caused the stiffener to start bending, and it cracked at this spot. This rivet just came out, while I was fidgeting with it. And the thing is, when I started this repair, this piece was actually bent back a certain distance, and I could tell that what was happening was this is about to snap again, then it will break at that point, and it will work all the way down. So what I'm going to do is drill a hole here and add another rivet through here to try to stabilize this. Okay, I could try adding a stiffener, just a piece here, but probably I won't do that. Probably I just want to arrest this deterioration, so I'll drill a hole. What I'm planning on using here is just this pop rivet. What's it called? It's called a pop rivet tool, which I just happen to have. It's probably over 40 years old, and I've used it extremely little, although I did buy it new originally for a project. And I was fortunate enough to actually get my hands on it. And I did have these rivets that I had bought 40 years ago to use. They're aluminum. They're probably not the best choice for this spot, but I'm going to use them because I have them. And if it does end up the rivet wearing out rather quickly, I'll just put another one in. Or put a steel one in if I can get my hands on one. Which I probably could. But right now, just to get this going before the snow comes in, I'm going to try to do this. Okay, so I'll hit pause, drill my hole, put in the rivet. Okay, I drilled an 1/8 of an inch hole because this is an 1/8 of an inch rivet. And what I'll do is I'll slide it through in this direction so that this will be the so-called smooth side of the rivet. I'll just take the pause out. It's tight fit, so I have to use both hands. Okay, it was a tight fit. I did have to wrangle it and push it through with a pair of pliers, but I'm pretty sure that 1/8 of an inch was the correct hole diameter. I think it's supposed to be tight. I was just using a little chart on the back of this, which lists the rivet diameters as either 1/8, 5/32, or 3/16, and this is definitely not those two larger ones. So I think this is correct. It's very, very tight. Part of that was because I had to go through 2 layers, and when I drilled the hole, it does create a bit of a burr between the 2 layers and on top and bottom of the 2 layers. So I tried polishing off that burr just with a little screwdriver, getting it in between and working it down. And then still I had to force it in, but it looks like it's gone in pretty good. Now I'm going to use the pop rivet gun to pull this pin through, mushrooming that head on the opposite side. Okay? For those of you maybe who haven't seen that before, the way that works, let's see if I can get that in yet. It kind of works like this. Okay, I'm not going to do it with one hand, but I just want to show you basically how that works. I haven't used it in a long time, but I have it set up for the medium size. I'll hit pause and then I'll pull that through. Okay, I pulled the nail through. The nail breaks off as you pull it through. On the back side, you end up with this mushrooming, but it's not flush. The thing about the pop rivet is it's good for a blind application where you do not have access to both sides. In this case, I do have access to both sides. If I had another type of rivet where I could just put it in there and hammer it down, now it would probably work better. I could probably take this and just put that on an anvil, pound on the back side, and mushroom it out even a little bit more. I'll just try a little bit like that on my vise there. I've got an anvil. I'll try pounding that and see if it comes out any better. Well, it's aluminum, so it flattens out really good. And I had, of course, had it tight against the anvil on the other side. You can see where I was banging it. So it flattened it out on both sides. Hopefully, the integrity of the rivet is still intact and it won't just shear off on me, but we'll see what happens. I'll just give it a try. It's smooth on both sides, which is nice in this particular spot of the shovel. Okay, so let's just see how it works. Thanks.